Hello everyone, Tom with Capo Fetish. I don't usually do tribute videos, but I felt I needed to for Brian Wilson. I mean, the man's music has been in my DNA from day one. I think he's written some of the most life-affirming tracks ever, and the music has just been a joy throughout my life. So I'm going to count down just 12 life-changing, personal life-changing Beach Boys tracks written by Brian Wilson. So I'm going to start off here. Number 12. Song from the Sunflower album, a song called This Whole World. It's the second track on side one, sung by Carl Wilson. First time I ever heard this album is I checked it out from the library. I was 10 years old in Canoga Park, California, and that's how I became a fan of this record. I think it's one of their greatest, and I think This Whole World is just a very uplifting, again, life-affirming track, and it's only like a little over 2 minutes, and a great vocal by Carl Wilson. So one of my all-time faves, This Whole World from the Sunflower album from 1970. From the Smile Sessions, this is the mini Smile box set. The track I am highlighting here for track 11 is the song Wonderful. There was a version released on Smiley Smile. I never liked that version. It doesn't do the song justice, but there's a version on here with just Brian Wilson playing the harpsichord. I think it's just harpsichord and a little bit of harmony. And it is just incredible. It sounds like something from the Baroque era. The melody is incredible. So that's another. Wonderful from the Smile Sessions, not from Smiley Smile. This is a fantastic, fantastic record. I like the way they curated this package and put it all together. And I think if it had been released in '66, it would have been a mind blower. So Wonderful from the Smile Sessions, coming in at 11 for me. From the Summer Days and Summer Nights album from '65, a rare Beach Boys track that has no harmonies, sung by Carl Wilson, written by Brian Wilson. The track Girl Don't Tell Me. Love this track. It has kind of that Rickenbacker chimey sound, which you don't really hear in a Beach Boys track. Very, very rare too. So you got the solo vocal by Carl Wilson, no harmonies, chimey Rickenbacker, great little melody. There's a version, there's a Smithereens album. I forgot what it is called. Some kind of like Odds and Sods Smithereens album where they do a version of Girl Don't Tell Me, and it's fabulous. So another just favorite. First time I ever heard this track was on the Endless Summer compilation. So Girl Don't Tell Me coming in at number 10 from Summer Days and Summer Nights. Just fabulous vocal, again, by Carl Wilson. Another one that's always blown me away from '65 off the Beach Boys Today album is When I Grow Up to Be a Man. There's this part that always gets me. Oh, every time I hear it, it's that section where he goes, well, I joke around. And the harmonies, the way they weave in and out of one another and the way they resolve, it's just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing, mind-blowing track. From '65, When I Grow Up to Be a Man off the Beach Boys Today, coming in at number 9 for me. Song that many people consider one of the greatest songs of all time, and I agree. I mean, without question. God Only Knows from Pet Sounds. Just probably Carl Wilson's greatest vocal of all time. It's just so smooth and so much feeling. And the arrangement, what else could be said about this track, right? It's just absolutely life-affirming, gorgeous. Paul McCartney's favorite track, so they say, so he says. So from Pet Sounds, God Only Knows, coming in at number 8 for me. Probably my absolute favorite early Beach Boys tune from '63 is In My Room from the Surfer Girl album. God, I love In My Room. And what an amazing production too for 1963. There's a part in the song right in the beginning. It's right after the harp. You know, the song starts with the arpeggio from the guitar, then it goes into the harp, and then Brian comes in. There's a world where, and then Mike Love comes in right in the middle of that line of the verse where what do you say? There's a world where I can go. That part, oh my God, I love. Every time I hear that, it just gives me a chill up the spine. I love this track, just the sentiment too about finding solitude in your own space, in your little private space. Just an absolute early masterpiece. And the vocals, I mean, they were very young at this age. '63, this song came out. They are just unbelievably spot on, these harmonies. So one of my absolute all-time favorites, In My Room from the Surfer Girl album from the Beach Boys, coming in at number 7. Another one too, growing up we had the I Get Around single, but the flip side was my favorite. Don't Worry Baby is one of the most amazing tracks. Sounds like a Phil Spector production, but it's a Brian Wilson production, and just everything that's going on. Those harmonies, some of the greatest harmonies in their early career are on Don't Worry Baby. And that little cluck cluck guitar sound too. I think Carl Wilson's doing that in the midsection. Just amazing, amazing stuff here. Don't Worry Baby, the flip side of I Get Around from 1964 off the Shutdown Volume 2 album. Another one too off of Here Today that always blew my mind. I think it was the flip side of Darlin', if I recall, the flip side of the single Darlin'. And it's also on Pet Sounds, the song Here Today, sung by Mike Love. Probably the most kind of psychedelic tinge track on Pet Sounds. The melody, that midsection, which is really, really like a precursor to almost maybe a little bit of prog, a little bit of psych. It's just an amazing midsection with that little organ, and then going back into the chorus, and of course the backup vocals, the harmonies are just stellar. It's just an unusual track, and probably my favorite Mike Love song, Beach Boys song. So Here Today, coming in at number 5, a top 5 for me of all-time Beach Boys songs from Pet Sounds. Another one going back to the Summer Days and Summer Nights album. Just one of my absolute favorites of all time Beach Boys is Let 'Em Run Wild, which actually sounds like something that could have been on Pet Sounds a year prior. The way it starts off with that piano, when I saw you walk with him. Yeah, that tears filled my eyes. Credible track. You could kind of see where Brian was going with the production techniques on Let 'Em Run Wild. And I believe this was the flip side of California Girls. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, just an incredible A and B side. California Girls, Let 'Em Run Wild. Another just dynamite track from 65. Coming in at number 3, back to Pet Sounds for just the ultimate closer, Caroline No. What an absolute heartbreaking, beautiful closer. And it always kind of reminds you of like the end of a film, you know, the way I can almost see the credits going up on the screen and this song playing. And then you have that railroad, the sound of the railroad at the coda, and the dog barking. It's almost very cinematic, the track, I've always found. And Brian Wilson's vocal is just tops on this particular track. So freaking gorgeous. That melody, the longing, all, you know, just perfection. This whole album, perfection. Caroline No coming in number 3 for me on absolute life-changing Beach Boys tracks. The last 2, my favorite 2 of all time, are on Surf's Up. Coming in at number 2 is Till I Die. What an amazing track. If you've seen High Fidelity with John Cusack, there's a part where he's at his girlfriend's father's funeral, I believe, and he's talking about what songs he would want played at his funeral. This is one I would want played at my funeral, Till I Die. It is absolutely heavenly. Maybe the most somber Beach Boys tune of all time, but there's something very cathartic and beautiful and uplifting and life-changing about it. And every time I hear it, it just really lifts my spirits. There's a version on the Endless Harmony soundtrack. It's an alternate version. I've talked about it before, which has this really amazing like build-up. Starts off with these vibes, and then the mix has just the vocals alone for a while, the harmonies. Absolutely fucking incredible version here of Till I Die off the Endless Harmony soundtrack from the film, the long version of Till I Die. And then number 1, Surf's Up. The song Surf's Up. The version on Smile is great. Brian Wilson singing the whole way through, but on this one we have Carl Wilson singing the verses, and then Brian Wilson near the coda from the original version from '66. When people talk about Brian Wilson being like a Mozart, this is the perfect example right here, along with Good Vibrations and Hero and Villains, but I think even more so with the track Surf's Up. It is absolutely freaking amazing, and I think it's always been an absolute favorite of mine of the Beach Boys. And this album, maybe just a couple of tracks they could have taken off. This would probably be my favorite Beach Boys album, but they suck in a few that I don't dig. But what an amazing album with just absolutely some of the most stellar Beach Boys tracks of all time. Surf's Up from 1971, the title track for me coming in at number 1. So those are like a dozen. I could have thrown in another dozen, but I was really trying to think hard of which ones have really affected me throughout my life. And those are the top 12 for me. Life-changing Brian Wilson pen songs. As always, thanks for watching. Please put your favorite Brian Wilson pen songs in the comment section. I'd like to know what you dig. And we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.